Hey, we're doing it. We're really doing it. What's up, guys? It's Caroline Hutchison. I am here. This is episode 1 of season 2, Strange Famous, coming to you live from the Soldier Fit Studios right here in Frederick, Maryland. I am excited, nervous, anxious to tell you guys all about what we're doing. Basically, we are making some effort to raise money for veterans. And I brought some cool people here to do that with me. I got Bob. He's pretty cool. He's kind of a big deal. Uh-huh. So Bob and I are going to talk about life. We're going to talk to some guests that I brought in today. And we're also going to raise some money for veterans through Platoon 22. So Platoon 22 is a program that is creating awareness and helping veterans because on average 22 veterans commit suicide every day. And it's something that really means a lot to me. I know it means a lot to our community, and the new Veteran Services Center right here in Frederick is doing a lot to help veterans. So Bob and I are here to kick some ass, take some names, and raise some cash. We're literally blonde gold diggers coming on camera. Right. Bob's just clickbait. That's what I brought him in for. I told him, I prepared him for that, but he's ready. He's okay. So Bob, I would like to first just tell people a little bit about how I met you.
How did you meet me?
Do you remember how we met?
It was in a gas station.
It was in a gas station. Do you remember what happened?
I don't remember why I was there other than getting gas, but I was in Hagerstown.
Mm-hmm. AC&T.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, by the Prime Outlets.
I think I was going shopping for Adirondack chairs in the parking lot.
Goodness, for Adirondack chairs.
I think so.
I was like, that is a beautiful car, and that guy, his hair.
And I was...
Dang, I was like, who is that? His hair was just like blowing in the wind.
I think I had to pee.
Oh.
So,
yeah,
so
I think I followed
coffee.
you inside.
I
came up to you, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I came up to you and I was
and
like...
you pretended like you knew me.
I was like, do I know you? Who are you? Right?
Yeah.
And then I told you my name, and then you friend requested me.
What did I say? I said, I get that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that was it.
You thought I was somebody else.
It was so mysterious. I was like, what the hell just happened? I went home and I told my boyfriend, I was like, dude, I just met this guy. I'm pretty sure he's like strange famous, you know? And here we are. Now we really are strange famous together on a show talking about how we met.
But we played golf.
We've done a lot since then. That was a few years ago. That was
golf.
Like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So since then, we've played golf together. We've done some business stuff, you know. And what's cool about Bob is so many things, but one thing is that he's a brilliant businessman.
Mm.
Would you consider yourself a brilliant businessman?
I'm what they call lucky.
Oh, come on now. You know what luck is. We all know that.
I mean, it's a long story, but it's a simple case of learning what not to do. Mm-hmm. And learning that education from, years of experience of everything in life, all facets.
So you started off in music. How old were you when you started playing the guitar?
I started out playing drums first.
For fun at school, as a kid, at home?
Well, my uncle had a drum kit that he didn't have a place to keep it, so he kept it at my parents' house where I lived, and I was probably, 7.
Was it Smithsburg?
No, it was in Imesville.
Yeah,
okay. Pretty local. And so I started banging on the drums, and he showed me a couple things, and and then of course you start learning who your influences are at that time.
Yeah.
It was FM radio was hot. You learn about bands like Led Zeppelin and the Beatles, and next thing you know, I started thinking, man, guitar's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I actually was playing drums with a guy that played guitar, and it turned out I wasn't that good of a drummer. So my mom picked up a guitar at a yard sale.
Really? That's so cool.
And I still have that guitar. So I was pretty young, and it was a Teisco Del Rey. I still have it, and Yeah, so I've been playing guitar a long time now. Like
So were you one of
40
those
years
kids
now.
that like picked it up and you heard a song and you could like
Yeah.
kind of hear it and play it back?
Yeah, and
and
of course
do
we
stuff
didn't
like that?
we didn't have YouTube and,
Right.
and internet.
That's how my
to
brother
learn.
was, like, just gifted. Like, he could just figure it out. I was
To-
always so envious. Like,
Yeah,
man, I
totally
wish I
by
had
ear.
that gift.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally by ear.
That's so awesome. And then, so what was the first band you played in?
So I think in school, it was either middle school, I think I played with some friends in a little band called Straight Jacket, I think it was. And we just did covers and FM music, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And
And
then,
I did that for a long time, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
until how old?
I mean, till right after I graduated, I did graduate from Linganore in '87. I left that week for Los Angeles. So that's when things started to get a little crazy.
What happened?
Well, it was pre-grunge, pre-internet. AIDS had just blown up, so that was interesting. The bar scene was crazy. I show up to Los Angeles, working with a group of people and a couple producers, and I'm playing really well. But I was one of the few blondes, and I had that Maryland redneck accent. So that was different.
You're in a Warsha car?
Everybody else was out there talking about, Maryland crab cakes and my accent, and I didn't have jet black hair, which was, the thing in '87. So, but
Jet black hair.
again, I learned a lot about what not to do from that whole experience, and I still have some friends out there, and it's amazing that it's been almost 40 years since
You were
that.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
So, first big band. What was the first big stage you stepped on?
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, I've been on a lot of stages, and I played in front of a lot of people. Most recently, I mean, way back then, I can't remember so much, but there was a lot of local things, Shiley Acres here in West Virginia, and there was a few big shows in California. I did some huge shows in Mexico City, Guadalajara. I did a lot of fill-in work, a lot of session work. But most recently, I mean, the last couple of years playing with KIX, it's been, it's just been great. A lot of big, Gettysburg Bike Week. I think we had over 20,000 recently. And, we headline M3 Festival at Meriwether Post Pavilion every
You guys
Friday.
have such a big,
Yeah.
such a loyal following
It
of
is.
local Maryland people, too. I mean, insane followers.
Yeah, the KIX fan base is probably the most incredible, loyal fan base to any band, especially here locally. But even across the country, I've seen the fan base just incredibly loyal after so many years. They just remain loyal.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I mean, I've had dreams. Like, that's one of my dreams is, I'll have a dream where I'm, on stage and, singing and I'm really fucking awesome, That's, one of my dreams that I actually have, legit. And I think it's just, the coolest feeling, Is that what are you addicted to that feeling?
No.
You don't?
No,
Do you
no.
get nervous?
I play guitar. I like
That's
that.
it. You just like to play
Don't
the
get
guitar.
nervous. There could be 13 people or 13,000 people. The thing for me is, as a musician, I just want to I want to hear my guitar. And when the band is playing good, regardless of who the band is, it's just great. When everything falls into place, it's just good.
That's so cool.
And it's, the byproduct of hard work and the whole paying your dues thing or whatever is to be able to perform in front of people that can appreciate it. But no, there's no ego addiction thing. I don't need people to click on me to. It doesn't do anything for me. I'd rather just make sure the band is tight and just do my job.
But it's got to feel good when there's a lot of people singing along.
It helps. Yeah, it's really neat.
The energy, you know what I mean?
I played a festival in Denver, Colorado, not too long ago, and it was the first time I had taken a minute for myself to listen to how the crowd was responding and singing back some of the anthems and the iconic songs, not just for KIX, but for some of the other artists that we were playing with of that similar genre. And I was blown away by thousands and thousands of people singing back these lyrics. It was just crazy.
I can't imagine.
Yeah. That's the first time I really paid a lot of attention to it, where I was like watching people's mouths and
Like
listening
all
to them.
one unit together.
They were having, and then we were taking them straight back to 1987 or 85 or whatever. And,
Awesome.
Yeah, they were in the zone.
So you went from doing that, being on tour full time, I'm guessing? For how long were you on tour?
Well, we're touring now, right now. I mean, I took a break in the 90s. The internet really wrecked a lot of things for our industry. And the live music scene was doing really well, but grunge had kind of put a damper on things in terms of what we were used to with live, just rock and roll. As a lead guitar player, grunge was not very good for us.
Really?
But we needed a break. I mean,
Yeah.
the music scene MTV was driving everything. The record companies were really kind of manipulating things to the point where they were taking away a lot of artist freedoms, and it was just, we needed a big speed bump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you came back home and started Coppermine Applicators.
Well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Because my family had been in the construction industry since the late 50s, early 60s, my family, my dad. And so, that was the default. That was the plan B. Hey, I had worked with a lot of producers, and I had met a lot of people, and I had done a lot of things, and I had just kind of come to the realization that it wasn't for me.
Yeah. I mean, you made a good choice.
I think so.
You're doing really well.
Yeah, I think so. And
Yeah.
and at this point in my life, I have the freedom now to kind of go back and redo some things as a musician that I probably wouldn't be able to do had I not quit and started a construction company.
Yeah. I mean, I think that if you don't fail somewhere, you don't really grow. You know what I mean? You got to learn from some of your mistakes before you can really grow. I think that's what makes you resilient.
There's
right?
so many things that I learned. Again, it's not just the music industry or construction, it's just life, You just pay attention to what's going on around you and try to surround yourself with all the right people, the best people that you possibly can, both in business and socially. Yeah. And things will turn out okay.
That's why I like hanging out with you, Bob.
That's
why I like golfing with you and
you're
stuff.
a better golfer than me, though, so.
Yeah, but somebody's got to drive me home, so.
But I'm getting better.
Well, I think that, we should go golfing soon. Before it gets too cold out would be good.
If the weather would straighten out,
Yeah,
sure.
that'd be great. I think that's a good idea. All right, I think we're going to take a break here for a second, and then we're going to bring in our next guest. So Bob and I are going to bring on camera our friend Russ from WLC Design, and we'll see him here in just a second. Stay tuned. Strange Famous will be back.